Yo, what's up, everyone? It's your boy Looney back with another market breakdown. Quick before we start, shout out to my Discord community. I have a free Discord for anyone to join, and then I have a premium version where you get a little bit more perks. You get trade alerts, deep dive strategies, one-on-ones, coaching, a course, and exclusive plays. All the links will be in the description. Check them out. But let's break down the first 45 days of 2025. It's maybe a little bit less than 45, but just to make things easier. So I want to first look at is the S&P 500, and then we can look at the ETF, but it's going to act very similar. This one's up 2%, and then if we just look up SPY, this is the one that I invest in. This one's a little less than 2%. So I would say although there was a lot of volatility recently, which we'll get into with crypto, I don't think this is that abnormal. I think this is just a healthy correction. And although meme coins are getting hit and all that, but the bigger scale of things aren't really as affected. I want to look at some major stocks as well. We're going to look at NVIDIA because I know with DeepSeek and just some other news with earnings that it was in a struggling situation and it's down 5%. Again, I don't think that's so terrible. I think 128 is perfect for NVIDIA. I'm very curious to see what they say. 130. I was going to say 130 as well. And I could see the stock going to 150. And that's kind of why I'm not invested into it, because I don't think that growth is going to be that massive. But I do see some growth and there's going to be more competition, which is actually good for NVIDIA. It's good to have competition. And on the year, up 80%. So I wouldn't be too concerned if you own NVIDIA. I don't think long-term it's going to be affected. Maybe short-term you might see some more volatility, and you're probably going to hear me say that with a lot of the other positions I'm going to mention. Next one I'll look at is Apple. I think Apple's a little bit more safer and less kind of growth potential. Year-to-date down 9%. I think it had earnings, and it did pretty well on earnings. Let me just see what the earnings were. They met earnings, so they didn't really do amazing, but I have Apple and I was invested into it. I put a pause on it, and that's because I'm changing my strategy a little bit. I'm trying to get out of a lot of positions, so I'm holding off on investing on Apple. Maybe I'll get into it soon, but for now, it's just sitting there with 3 shares. So that's perfect for me. All right, so let's look at Palantir. This one is a pretty crazy stock, up to 110 on the year to date. It's up 45%. So this one's definitely the winner of the bunch. I think it will cool off eventually. If we just look at the 3-month chart, yeah, it's way on the higher end of Bollinger Band. Volatility's increased. So I think this one, I would hold off on investing into it just because I think a pullback is going to happen. I don't know when, but the stock always proves everyone wrong. So even when people say there's going to be a pullback, it ends up doing the opposite. It keeps going up, which is good. But I try to be fearful when the market is greedy. And that's what's going on with this. This one just seems to be unstoppable. Here they say hold. So they're kind of in the same boat as what I was saying, just kind of waiting till things play out. So Palantir, great one. I would just wait for a pullback. Let's look at crypto, because this one is really interesting of what's going on. I would say that the presidency does have a factor on crypto, but I think it is more of like a bigger scale issue. And Bitcoin on the year to date, we can't really look at that. So we'll look at the month. On the month, it's at 3.71%, which is actually not as bad as many people might believe. Yes, it was going above 100,000 for a while, and now it's pulled back. And really, it's just adding a support. If you just look at the 1-year chart, even the 5-year chart, there's a little bit of a support. And if it goes down, that's fine, especially for me because I dollar cost average, and I get to buy it for cheaper. And I'd like to own a Bitcoin at some point. So if it does go down to like 60,000, which will be crazy, I'll be okay with that because I get to own it for cheaper, and I buy every day. Unfortunately, the other cryptos were hit as well. My year to date, I'm down 20% on all of crypto. All these have kind of just been liquidated out. People are taking their money out. and they're losing value. And I'm just dollar cost averaging. So I'm not really too concerned. These are long-term plays. These aren't really quick plays, but that's what we're looking at. Ethereum, this one doesn't really move too much. It's at 2,600. And at its peak in 2021, it was at 4,600. So I'm pretty curious to see how this one goes. I know this one gets a lot of backlash because of its fees and just its speed, and its overall growth potential doesn't seem to be as great as the others. I know XRP is a big one that a lot of people talk about now. This one, I was going to wait till after the bull run. And same with Solana. I wanted to invest in Solana, but I think I'm going to wait till after I see some more movement. And I feel we're in a bull run. Many might disagree. Many might believe that it's over, but I think we're in the middle of it. And I'm just waiting it out. So clearly you can see Palantir is the biggest mover. It's up like 45%. And then you could see that NVIDIA was probably the biggest loser. Maybe some of the cryptos are the biggest loser. What's next now? So I'm just waiting for interest rates to cut and to see how the market reacts to that and see if a bull run or another breakout happens with crypto. And the stocks I'm looking at to watch next is SoFi. I'm looking to get into, and that's really it. I'm just looking to get into SoFi, maybe sell puts on it. And let me know. Drop a comment with your predictions. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join my Discord for real-time trade alerts. Until next time, peace.